the eve of the British Grand Prix, Eddie Jordan is putting on a brave face for the sponsors at the traditional Stowe Ball. But the crisis at Monaco has forced his hand, and he's hired a new chief designer to work alongside Gary Anderson.
I believe this is a great partnership for Jordan. And it'll take a little bit of time. Of course, feathers will be ruffled, but that's the way the nature of the business is. And providing there are only feathers, then it's positive. Hi, Mike.
In fact, 4 weeks after new man Mike Gascoigne's appointment, Gary Anderson hands in his resignation.
You can always see things straight away that you want to change, that you want to do better, or that aren't done right. But having said that, you've got to make sure you've got full facts. There's also a fundamental philosophy thing in the balance of the car, the way the car's designed aerodynamically at the rear, with the way the car works at the rear, that I think fundamentally might not be correct, and it's something that's very easy to look at, and short term is the biggest priority for me to go and look at.
What I need is, if there is anything very short term that can be increase the performance, increase the speed of the car. Yeah, we've got to do it immediately.
Obviously, yeah.
Silverstone is home to the Jordan team, and it's their busiest race of the year. Damon's popularity at his home Grand Prix is overwhelming. 250,000 racing fans are here to see him. Traditionally, Silverstone marks the halfway point of the season. The Jordan team is already a long way behind the front runners McLaren and Ferrari. Qualifying day begins badly when the engine won't even start.
Somebody's taking this a button. Somebody hit the wrong button.
The weather forecast is now predicting storm conditions for tomorrow's race. But come rain or shine, Eddie's press and PR commitments cannot be avoided.
We'll be there from 4:30 to 5:30, something like that.
Yeah, well, I'll come over and see you. I just need to do a few things here.
Sure. All right, yeah.
And when you get something to eat, I'll be straight over.
All right, great, thanks.
3 o'clock, Radio 5 Live. It's live.
I think we need to start getting some points. I think a podium is out of the question at the moment, and I think you have to analyse where you are in the state of not just life, but certainly in this race. Points would be very, very welcome.
What about the future of the drivers driving with you? Will you stick with those drivers?
I've got a mixture. In fact, I've got Damon Hill and Ralf Schumacher. In Ralph's case, he just needs to stay on the track a little bit longer, and that will help his cause no end. Particularly, it'll also give me some peace with the sponsors, etc. But you know, life hasn't been easy for the last 6 months.
As the storm clouds gather, this is all Eddie needs. Ralph's agent, Willy Weber, has turned up in the garage to talk about next year's contract.
Willy, you don't need anything. Remember the heart. You know, the pumping? Pump, 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 pump. The blood level.
Willy is notoriously difficult to deal with. He also represents Michael Schumacher. And to add insult to injury, he's wearing Ferrari team colours in the Jordan garage.
He's trying.
Eddie already pays Ralph £1 million, and he's beginning to run out of patience.
I need Willy not to be playing games. I just want to be very clear and very straight, and I think he will be. Huh?
We don't want to play games, we just...
Okay.
Well,
I just need to make a better car.
Yeah.
Qualifying gets underway, and almost immediately, Ralph stalls. Under the rules, he has 15 minutes to get back on the track in a spare car. The spare is set up for Damon. It's a frantic scramble, and Ralph only just makes it. Almost immediately, he is disqualified for a technical infringement. Ralph will have to start tomorrow's race on the back of the grid. Jordan's hopes for tomorrow's British Grand Prix are now pinned on Damon.
We can put 10 degrees.
In the back of our minds, no matter what we might be saying otherwise, and still have this addictive, compulsive mentality, which is that we keep coming back for more. No matter how many times we're disappointed, we keep coming back in the hope that it'll work out right one day. And usually, if you keep doing that, it will work out right. And there's one sure way of not getting there, and that's giving up. If you don't give up, then you've always got hope.
Another public appearance for the sponsors. In spite of the rain, Damon's fans are out in force.
A nice quiet introduction from Eddie as usual. Now, come on, Eddie. Are you pleased with today or what?
Am I allowed to talk about Ralph? I think he's back there struggling to try to keep in the race, never mind to get into it, but...
Well, so we're on the march. Damon's going to bring us there.
Astonishing. It always takes my breath away, because I don't know quite how to react to it.
Because he's got to feel the vibe, man. You know, he's got to have the vibe. We've got to give him the horsepower, and you've got to give him the vibe. So I think between you and us, we've got to give him a big day tomorrow. So Damon, we're relying on you, Damon, so let's deliver as we can. Thank you.
I mean, you need publicity and it's all good, but you know, as far as there's places and times to do it, and it isn't in the garage when it's going to be a wet race. We haven't scored a point. You know, we're at the bottom of the World Championship table. I think, you know, people will concentrate. Eddie's the first one to ask everyone if they're focused about things. Well, I don't think this team's very focused, and that's part of the problems the team's got, to be brutally honest about it.
Go, Eddie. Can you have a bit of
There's half the boys, you know, looking at three, you know, very attractive pairs of tits, but they're not doing their jobs, are they? You know, I mean, we got 2 or 3 hours before a motor race, and you know, I mean, it's good, it keeps morale up and that, but there's a place and a time, and you know, this isn't it, in my opinion.
Well done, girls. Round of applause for the girls. Hey, what about that?